Beer Fridge Podcast, episode 35. Good evening, Gavin, Baxter, Mark Dixon here for you this evening. Once again, we are on YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see us. Guten Tag, hello. Good evening, sir. Sorry, first of all.
Good evening, sir. How are we?
All right, not bad.
Not bad. Friday night podcast.
A Friday night podcast. This potentially is the first Friday night podcast we've done. We weren't able to do one last night. I was playing away, doing podcasts away from home. Was unable to attend or do one. It was a bit shit, but hey ho. Friday night is all right. And let's get cracking at the beer. And one thing I want to start, well, in fact, I'll leave that. Actually, I'll save that bit, that snippet for a little bit later. But we have both received our Beer 52 box. Mine's is in here. Shopping. It has been opened. The beers haven't been taken out. I just opened it to make sure nobody had nicked anything out of it. So we're going to have a gander through that. This is their Southwest rendition box, looking at beers in the southwest of England, looking at breweries like Wild Beer Company, Wobbly Brewery, Harbour Brewery, Paradise, More Beer, blah, 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 blah. A big wide selection. I was lucky enough this month to get a 10 box instead of my usual 8. I got the 10 for the price of the 8, however. Although you jammy bastards, got a golden ticket. I did not.
Woohoo! The golden ticket.
You know what? Just had an idea.
What?
Just had an idea. So that golden ticket you cannot use yourself. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
I reckon you should give it to one of our listeners.
If somebody contacts and asks for it, then I'll give it to them, yeah. Fuck them.
If you drop a like and you share and you comment on whatever social media platform, hopefully there'll be more than one person that actually does it. And then we can maybe put some names in a hat and pull one out and see who gets a free Beer 52 box courtesy of Mark Dixon's golden ticket.
The golden ticket. Indeed.
That's good thinking there.
There we go.
I'll put my name in. Right, so I'm going to fire through the box. I have got one thing I hate about this fucking box, and I've hated it since day fucking one.
Love corn.
Love corn. Don't love it. Fucking hate
it.
It's humming. I can't imagine going to a pub and going, crisps? Nah. Nuts? Nah. Fucking baked sweet corn. Oh, aye. It's and so I've had the smoky bacon. No, what is it? Smoky bacon, smoked barbecue one 3 times now, and I've had the sea salt and vinegar one. I think it was last month. Did you taste the difference? No. Oh, it tastes the same.
I actually have the habanero chili one this time.
At least you get something different. I've had smoked barbecue 3 fucking times.
Oh. Beer 52, hook my boy Gav up with some...
Beer 52, just get crisps.
Get some crisps, throw a bag of peanuts in there.
Or bacon fries. Come on.
Oh, no.
Now, you know the rule with bacon fries. Once you pop, you don't stop. You have a bag, and then it turns into about 10 bags.
Oh, that's the most dangerous crisp in the pub. The old bacon fries.
Best, man.
They're so good.
Best.
So good.
Or even like your like McCoy's, the Thai chili ones.
Oh.
They're always a good palate cleanser. They're not really a palate cleanser. A palate cleanser at all. They just burn your face off.
They're a good like halfway through a pint thinking, I could go, we'll be packet of chili heatwave or something, or whatever they're called. Thai sweet chili, that was it.
Aye, Thai sweet chili. Ooh. They're the bomb, man. But no fucking...
Shout out to McCoy's. I was going to say Mackay's there. I was like, we got some old granny like cardigans and that is getting shipped to us.
Or chips. That's McCain's, isn't it?
Should have went that way.
That's McCain's.
McCoy's. Hook us up, McCoy's.
Gagging for anything else other than that.
True.
Right, let's get fired into the box. I'm going to go far left. You got the pale box as well, aye?
I've got the light box.
The light box, even. Right. So
Give
I'll
us a
pick
shout.
one, and then you can pick one. I'll have two extra that you don't have. Up you. So here is the Ellensburg Session IPA from the Harbour Brewing Company. North Cornwall based. That's the bad boy right there. Aroma is an inviting perfume citrus fruit, a palate juicy balance. Why is it always citrus? Do me a favour.
Just get it opened and tell me what it tastes like.
What's this? A 4.3 alcoholic volume.
4.3.
And because you can't drink and I can, I'll taste it for you.
See, I'm probably the worst person in the world just now for doing a beer tasting podcast. Considering,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Up my nose.
To be fair, this is to be enjoyed at a wee between 6 and 9 degrees number. Like, whereas mine just came, you've got yours room temp, haven't you?
No, mate. The boy delivered it and it's been sitting at the back. Jade, the other half has been trained that when the box arrives, put it in the back garden. Don't open it. Let me open it. And she puts it in the back garden. Came back. Nice and cold. Booyah.
Oh, fair enough.
Well trained. But, that's alright.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so jealous, mate. I'm so jealous. Now, for anyone that's watching or listening, it's not due to the fact of not wanting to drink tonight. It's the fact that I have been advised by the doc not to drink because I have a hole in my tongue and cheek.
Because you're a raging alcoholic.
Well, to be honest with you, it was funny. She said to me today, so, do you smoke? No, of course not. She says, do you drink? And I says,
A lot.
yeah, occasionally. And Lynn's was sitting beside me and she's like, pah. And she says, how often do you drink? It's just a social drink. And I says, it's very social, actually. It's fun.
But it's really social.
Really social. It's actually part of a podcast that we do on beer. And she was like, so you try and a lot of beer? And I was like, yeah. So
obviously, we advise...
oh, we definitely advise responsible drinking.
Responsible drinking. See, I'm not that responsible. I couldn't find the word responsible drinking there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we condone sensible drinking. But
I know, I'm just so jealous.
but no, that's there's nothing. When you read it, it sounds like it's going to be very complex, so to speak, slightly complex. But it's actually a very simple, easy drinking tasting beer, and it's probably why it's a session IPA and no. I mean, so last night, like I said, I was away overnight with work up in Tamworth in Birmingham, and I could have easily drank. They had Peroni and they had Carlin.
Oh,
Hate Carlin. No, the biggest fan of Peroni. I'll have it if it's there. And then they had this other IPA, Irish Pale Ale, Chieftain.
Oh, Chieftain's alright.
I was like, I'll get a bash. That was alright. It was quite mild, quite refresh. It was 5.5. It was slightly bitter, but I think we mentioned it before, like try to find good beers that are a good starter into the craft beers, and I think that's one of them, to be honest. That's one to get your teeth stuck into. Definitely. And my screen just...
I'm trying to think if that was one I had when I was down your neck of the woods, but I'm not sure. Did you add it on Untapped?
I'm doing it this evening.
You doing it? I was going to say, or have you given up on Untapped?
No, that's getting done tonight. I need to put Hop House 13 on there as well. I need to update my Untapped app. Pull us another one out your box, Elk. Or the bottom of your fridge.
I've literally lifted the fridge. Session IPA. What's that on? Oh, it's the Fierce and Noble. Fierce and Noble, and this is another Session IPA. Quite a funky looking tin.
Is it a stubby?
Aye.
Right, okay. Right. Is it? Oh, it's there. Why?
That's definitely getting a 5 for tin design.
Yeah, mate. I have started peeling off the labels and stuff and because some of the labels in that are awesome.
Some of the labels.
I'm being a bit of a saddle and keeping some of the labels and sticking them on a wee book thing I've made because I'm a sad.
A wee scrapbook.
A wee scrapbook, clearly getting old. I
So
remember the day I drank the Fierce and Noble IPA. Oh, it was fucking rank.
Absolute gut rot.
Oh, I had that fucking love corn shite. Fucking had the shitting for days.
Exactly.
Next one I've pulled out the box is a full can.
Woo! By the way, I was buzzing when I seen proper full cannies.
I was like, no way. Number 3, the Wobbly Brewing Company. It's the other one. Let's say swatch. Good for a voyage and hopped for the sea. Another fine fabrication created by the sea. That should have been created by Wobbly Welder. You've ruined it. Choked full of a late edition hops and dry hop to extract a powerful citrus tropical aroma. See, I'm not so scared of the word citrus anymore. I'm like, okay. It's when it says tropical. I'm like,
You know what? I thought you were getting on board with some of the tropical numbers.
No.
Well, that one's at least a 6%, but it's saying to enjoy at 11 degrees. Number 3.
Sorry, I don't listen to it. I don't read. Oh.
No, everyone goes on the fridge for me as well.
Acknowledging them because I like mine icy cold. Icy cold. And if it's not icy cold, it's not getting drunk.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like for me, it's tricky to be like, oh, I'll have a nice pint and it be kind of lukewarm.
Let's have a warm beer. What? No.
I know. And don't get me wrong, people will be listening, or hopefully people will be listening, and they'll be telling us it makes the flavour better, and you know nothing about your beer. And
you've never tasted the bitter because I didn't want to.
Yeah, well, sorry, but icy beer is awesome.
Let's go and sit in a beer garden when it's 30 degrees. I know what. A warm beer.
Alright, let's get a wee brew. Something, you know. Boiling lager.
Let's just curdle something up.
No.
Nah. Right, pick me something else.
Right, I'm on that big tin because it's got like wallpaper on it.
That weird one. I felt that one earlier on.
Om Sweet Om.
Oh.
American Pale Ale. Honestly feels like a wallpaper.
Feels like sandpaper or something, isn't it? Electric Beer Brewing Company. I want to rock down to electric. That is my karaoke tune. That is a tune. No, remember? Oi! That's not the bit I like. Just so I can shout.
Well, it's better than Tenacious D, which was also a favourite of ours on the old karaoke.
That's a crowd pleaser though. That's a crowd pleaser. So the hops, Cascade El Dorado or hops, extra pale, naked oats. What else we got? Aye, whatever. That seems alright. Like
3.8% and beer 52. You're slacking. What's going on?
Yeah, that's right up my street.
That's what I'm saying. Look, remember the first box we had? There was nothing in the box like under what 5.5%.
5 or something. I feel about 5.
So,
right. What else have I got here? Another stubby Firebrand Brewery. Napa, I think it's called, a cloudy, juicy IPA, citric, mosaic, 5.5, which is foraged in Cornwall, brewed with pale malt and oats, hopped with citric, mosaic, and what? Equinaut. What's Equinaut?
Pass.
I'm gonna have to Google what Equinaut is. There's people going, how the fuck do you don't know what an Equinaut is? You
exactly, you bunch of. We were listening to this beer fucking podcast, and none of you know what you're talking about. That's exactly what people are saying. And you know what I say back to people? That's exactly it. And to be honest with you, if you don't try, You're never going to know.
We're on a journey.
Exactly. You're joining us on the journey of beer.
And also, with this Firebrand Brewing beer, sign up to their monthly prize draw. New beers and happenings at the brewery. All you have to do is go to firebrandbrewing.co.uk. And I'm not paid for that sponsorship. Just saying.
There we go.
Just saying, free.
There you go, Firebrand.
Aye, there we go. Did I pick that one? Yeah, go for it. Big man. I think I did.
The one I'm looking at is I'd seen this one when it came out actually, and I was thinking that is odd. The wild beer co, the sleeping limes. So limes, sea salt, and lager. And I was thinking,
all right, okay, the wild beer company.
Yeah, one is quite again. It's another cool like tinny. But when I seen it, I was like, limes and salt.
There we go for folks that are watching on YouTube.
Thanks for watching. If you have managed to make it this far, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, if you've like skipped through the stupid cat videos and PlayStation games and football highlights and women wiggling their arses, and you've managed to make it here, thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. And if you are on the YouTube, smash the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. God, tell you right now, we appreciate it a lot. And that's the same with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Untapped, wherever we are.
The new website, man. Just give it a shout.
Sorry, go on you go. You're here. You designed it. I'll let you. That's your baby.
Right. Put the blame on me for the whole website. So
that's your baby.
We mentioned it the last time we were on that we are looking at the not only just the podcast, but we're looking at loads of different things. We're getting our fingers stuck into everything, and to kind of put a hub as such for that, we have created our own website. Exactly. So the www. Of course, beerfridgenetwork.com. It is live at the moment. It's still got a little bits that we need to work on. However, there is spots on there for anyone out there who wants to share any content, whether it's podcasts, if it's blog, we're speaking about that, SoundCloud, if you're a musician, if you want to get a little bit of publicity. That's zero drink. And yeah, it's just a way of sharing and getting stuck in. And obviously for us, it's a way of having that home hub for all the stuff that we want to kind of get stuck into. So
certainly is. So if you, like Mark says, a blogger, vlogger, YouTuber, podcaster, music producer, give us a message on all those social media platforms that we're on. Like I said, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Untapped. And if you want to send us a direct message via email, beerfishpodcast@gmail.com. And I may, at this point, whack in some music that you guys can send in and just whack it right in there. I'll just split the video and whoosh, there's some...
Oi! I said oi! What you looking at, you little rich boy? We're poor, round here, run home and lock your door. Don't come round in no more, you could get robbed for real. Yeah, because my mind is ill. My mind is ill. For real. Yeah, you know my mind is ill. My mind is ill.
There's a tune. Oh, did you hear that tune? That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was really cool, and I've mentioned it to you off air. We've been speaking. I've been speaking to a few people like all over the world that are kind of beer enthusiasts, and I've got blogs and stuff. So we're going to be doing some trades. We're going to be shipping some of our finest Scottish craft lagers. Well, maybe even English.
You need to send Tenant Special. You genuinely need to steal some of Kennedy's stock and send it, and just that has to be shared with the world.
And we would like people to share like stuff back with us though, and not just send in like canned like gut rot. look, it might be open. Put it that way. It depends who it is, and if they're open to tasting some of the finest sewage
Good.
water in all the land, then
It's some McCoon scent. There you go.
yeah, I think the website's come together. I think for me, I think it looks all right. But again, like you said, I pretty much tweaked and twisted it.
No, it looks brilliant, mate. It looks brilliant. And head over to beerfridgenetwork.com to go and see that. It's very, very impressive. It's looking good. We're trying to go places, and we want you guys to come with us, and we'll help you. You help us, and we'll grow together. Right, back at this Beer 52 box. None of that crap. Right, I've just whacked out. In fact, I don't think you've got this. You might surprise me have it. From the Paradise Brewery.
I do have a Paradise.
The Blackberry Milkshake IPA. Bada bing, bada boom. I am not looking forward to this.
Because their milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
And they're like,
Can I just say, though, the pictures on the bottle are a tad sexual for my liking.
they're a bit suspect, aren't they? I can't.
They are. Look, that's definitely like. That's. The other thing is, remember that game they used to do? And then you'd be able to punch somebody. And that definitely looks like a setting. That definitely is an old scrotum there.
It's a dreamy, creamy seasonal special. Tart blackberry balance with a rich body and soft mouthfeel. Now we know what mouthfeel means. Thanks to the big man. This is a 6% little number. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie. I could be very well surprised. I want to be surprised. I need to find a space.
I'm thinking that's going to be decent.
No. Right. Pool.
What else have we got on this one? Oh, the moor. There we go. I've only got 2 in here. Oh shit! That's what happens when you lift your fridge out.
Yeah, you going? What you going with, the bottle or the beer?
I'll go with the bottle. I was saying bottle and had the tin in my hand.
I had the tin in your own.
Honestly, that's what happens. Like, it's Friday and I'm not drinking. Like, my body's telling me, like, Mark,
open
the
beer.
Drink. Look, what did I just say? Bottle. Aye,
bottle.
Keller. A wee pill. So a hot bitter of lager. This is a nice wee change of pace, considering a lot of these are IPAs.
Right. Where is it? So, Lost and Grounded Brewery in Bristol, Tractor, Killer Pills, Hot Bitter Lager Beer in your tractor. Beer, blah, 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 blah. Aye, that looks like I just kind of.
That's what I'm saying. It's a nice change of pace, considering a lot of these are all IPAs, getting a wee bit more of the old Pilsner, the old hop, the lager. I've stayed the lager hops in there, but which is fine. Right. Another between 4 and 6 degrees, unfiltered lager.
Right, I want, if somebody who gets a Beer 52 box, if you get a Beer 52 box, if you're a listener right now, and you actually follow the tasting notes by the guideline and the temperatures that they tell you, please tell us, and tell me how many fucking fridges you've got and how you work it, because I've only got one. In fact, I've got 2. I've got a fridge for food, and I've got my beer fridge, which obviously holds my beer, which is I believe it's at like 3 or 4. I want to say 3 or 4.
This is a 4. It's an unfiltered.
It's regulated. That beer fridge is regulated. I've got a little clipboard and a regular gauge of temperature.
Got to tweak that.
No, 3 degrees. Yep. Every hour.
Yeah.
It's checked.
But this is a German Pilsner, supposedly, all the way from Bristol. Interesting.
Via Bristol. How did they get lost?
That's like Foster's, the Australian beer that's English.
Brewed in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Exactly.
Right, good.
Yeah.
I'll let you pull because I think that your next one's your last one, is it not?
Yeah, it's the Moore Beer Company, the Union Hop, 4.1%.
You know my favourite bit of this can? The bit underneath the percentage. Drink more beer. You know what?
Correct.
That's good. That's good. I like it when folk are clever with it.
Drinking puns.
Aye, drinking puns, and they use the word hops and things. And
So,
what was the octopus one? What was the one we had? Was it last box? Hop? Oh, I can't remember. There was a hop, something hop. There was a hop pun.
I was hoppopotamus, was it not? From?
No, I wanted to say hippopotamus, but I think that was too obvious. I think we're wrong.
Well, if we are wrong, it should then they should change it to make it that because that's
Make it hippopotamus. Aye. A highly seasonable ultra pale ale. Ultra. So is it like supercharged?
Oh, it's only a 4.1 number. Like that's what I'm saying. This is quite a weak box.
Weak.
The South, the Southwest, they've just got like some weak ass beer. That's what it is. We've discussed this in the past, where we want some meaty beer for our buck money. Like we want the alcohol content to be.
For your what?
I was going to say for the buck there. Yeah.
Okay, it's not you say for your butt.
For my butt. Yeah.
You might have some more surgery there, mate.
Second surgery.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing a beer. I don't know. Are you sure? Are you sure you had the 8 box? I know that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have it.
So why?
So you should have.
I've got a Saison from St Austell Brewery, Belgium style farmhouse ale, and I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one.
That according to that, the Home Sweet Home one was supposed to be in the Find Me in the 10-pack. So what one am I missing then?
I feel like I'm missing a beer here. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fuck knows, mate.
Is it still in the box?
No. I feel like I'm missing a beer, but I'm not missing a beer. Or I've just skipped by a beer that I've put at the box back and no mentioned it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What will I choose next? Oh, choices. I'm quite intrigued by this wild beer, Sleeping Limes, lime sea salt lager number, which is going to go everywhere when I spit it out.
Do it.
Again.
Do it.
We'll give it a wee bash. Like we said, it's a 4.6. What is it? It says it's a lager, a goose, it's a sour. Obviously it's got lime in it. Stupid thing to say.
It's the lime and salt, man. Oh, that's just got me thinking about tequila.
Aroma smells like a urinal. It does, mate. It smells like a fucking urinal, mate.
It smells like a sweaty crotch.
It does, mate. That's fucking. Anyway, no, you know what? It's not a urinal. It smells like somebody's pissed herself. It's still pish. Anyway,
it's still pish, but it's running and sort of seeped into somebody's joggies rather than.
No. I can't quite grasp how the lime and the sea salt kind of work. It smells like somebody's pissed themselves, and it kind of tastes like somebody's pissed themselves.
One, how do you know what someone's piss?
I can imagine that's what it tastes like. But it smells the same. I'm getting there's a lot of lime. You get a back bit of lime. The sea salt I think it just fucks it up. I think I have to. It's drinkable. It is drinkable.
It's drinkable.
It's weird. I wouldn't drink it again.
There's me, the old Ferment magazine. Let's have a wee quick peek at this again.
Ferment.
It's Ferment.
It's ferment. Think about it. Beer. What do you do with it? You ferment it.
It's Ferment.
Just read it.
So there you go. This was basically being designed
basically based on an old grandpa's pishy pants. He shoved a lime down his crotch and I went, well, good idea for the beer.
So basically, this old grandpa's drank Corona all night and then pissed himself, and then they've restocked that. Because that's basically what it says here. It's taking the Corona and lime wedge and stepping it up a notch.
It's no. I'll tell you what it's no doing. That. There's a list of like 100 things it's doing, and that isn't one of them.
It's not.
No.
This is the one, like, when it came out of the box, I was looking at it thinking,
the can's wicked. Like, the can is proper nice. Proper nice can.
Yeah. We're not getting beer delivered for fancy artwork, though. We're getting beers delivered for good beer. But I was going to say it's potentially one of the worst ones I've had in a box, but it's not, because there's ones that I've drank and I've just threw them down the toilet. You can drink this. So what rating are you giving it? I'm tapping it right now.
1.
1?
1.
Yeah.
If I can't drink it, it gets a 0. If I can at least drink it, I'll give it a 1, but I would never ever. No. See when you're allowed to drink, you open it, you'll smell it, and I guarantee you'll smell pishy pants. Pishy pants smells like pishy. It smells like Corona pishy pants.
I might do an Instagram video when I open it. Do it on our stories on Instagram, just so we can get some reaction.
Ah, man, it's just
piss.
Confusing, man. It just confuses you. Does it taste like piss? Does it taste like lime? Does it taste like sea salt? I can't taste sea salt.
No.
I cannot taste the sea salt. I'm just getting a big waft of pish. Anyway.
It's the hidden backdraft of saltiness in.
There's a joke there. There is a joke there. I don't want to go down that road.
That's what I'm saying. That's what, like, you went down the old grandpa. A few too many Coronas.
And then there's a nice barmaid, and
exactly.
let's just leave it at that. Anyway,
These podcasts on a Friday go on a bit of a tangent.
We could just maybe not be doing a Friday podcast anymore. Football, I'm going to have a look at a wee bit of fantasy while we digest that. Maybe not digest it, probably not the best word to use, but I want to focus on Mo Salah just very briefly. Obviously, banged in a hat-trick at the last weekend against Bournemouth. He's now the top points getter or owner, whatever the fuck you want to word it, in the fantasy realm. Is he worth whacking in your team, even though he is 13 mil, and having a kind of not have as strong a defense or as good a keeper, because he takes up a big wad of your money. Aye, is he worth whacking in?
For me,
are those? I think he's on 109 points.
See, for me, he is because there's actually quite a lot of value in the midfield. Like that you can get quality players at the 6.5, 7 sort of million mark. So it's not like in years past where you've kind of felt that you need to stack a midfield with, 2 or 3 guys at 10, 11 million.
Right.
Whereas like, in the form that he's in, if you've got the cash, it's hard. I know they're playing Man U at the weekend, but realistically, does it matter who he's playing against at the moment?
I genuinely don't think it does. Genuinely do not think it is, where with other guys it kind of does.
Well, you're not as, for me, like, it doesn't matter who he's playing against. Like when you're looking at strikers, for example, you like Aubameyang or Kane things, you might be thinking, right, well, they're playing Chelsea, they're playing City, they're playing Liverpool this week. I might wait and hold on, and I might take my punt on, Mitrovic, or I might take my punt on Vardy or somebody like that, for example. Whereas Salah, and this is coming for the guy, this is me flipped on him already, considering.
Sorry.
You got a wee bit of a backdraft of that, already.
The backdraft, that is nasty, man. Oh, it comes up, it makes my eyes are watering. Oh.
There you go, some crusty old man burp right there. So for me, he is getting him in your team without taking a points hit would be quite tough, considering, if you've got the two transfers, then fair enough, and depending on who, but you're obviously going to have to free up 13 million to do it, which isn't easy.
It is not easy at all. I looked at it immediately after last week's game, and if I want to do it before tomorrow's fixtures, I need to take a points hit. And for me, sitting at the bottom, I've kind of took too many points hits at the start, and I'm like,
tell me about it.
Do I want to take that hit? And then, like, it might have just been like a streak. It might have just went bang, 3 goals, and he might just fucking be shit for the next 2 weeks, and I can't afford for him to be crap if I put him in, because he is 13 mil. But with regards to what you're saying there, with you can get good value somewhere else for the midfield.
Yeah.
And the likes of Doherty, Wolves, he's actually on your fantasy team as a defender.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how much is. I want to say like 5, maybe 6 mil. Kind of in that.
He's 5 now. I think he was 4.9 originally.
Aye. So for a guy like that, you can whack in your defence. You can put him in the back 3, but he plays in the midfield, so he's averaging about 5.5 points per game. He easily gets you like 7-8 points every couple of weeks. And it's the same with like a guy like Richarlison. He's a midfielder, but he plays up front. And to be honest, we keep banging on about these two guys, how versatile they are in your fantasy team. But
let me flip this one on, because when we were speaking about the podcast, I wrote this question down, and this is kind of like leading in pretty well. So you're obviously talking about like the trends of people, and like everybody's jumped on Salah and all the rest of it. Now, obviously, me and you are both kind of I'm a little bit above you now, but again, we're still scrapping at the bottom of a league. Do you follow the trends for your Salahs, your Dohertys, your Richarlisons, or do you take gamble and kind of look outside? We mentioned this about Sterling earlier in the season. Do you take that punt and look outside the lines a little bit?
Tough though, isn't it? It's tough. It's hard. It's hard not to follow the trends, because I mean, like obviously with Salah, he got 3 goals, and you're like, shit. If the first thing I did as soon as I seen that Salah got 3 goals, and I knew I didn't have him, I looked it through every single team on the table, and like, shit, who's got Salah?
Fingers crossed that nobody had him as a triple captain.
And incidentally, the guy who should have had him, who's above me, whose team is called Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, he didn't have him. I was like, so as soon, because I knew obviously his team name was that, we referred to Callum, how you did, big man, and I was like, oh crap, he's definitely going to have him, because I'm slowly catching
You're creeping him, man. You're creeping up.
And I was like, oh well, that's that fucked. But back to your question, sorry, it's hard not to follow the trends, but you're trying to find that diamond in the rough who'll get you points. And I've referred to, if you listen to the last Tinker podcast or show, I should say, on the Beer Fridge podcast and the Beer Fridge Network, it's hard to find people. You're looking for somebody, a big time striker like Harry Kane, for example. We'll say Harry Kane to get injured, and then for there to be a young boy in the bench who has not really played much because Harry Kane's ahead of him. He's still quality, he's still half decent, and then he gets a run, and then he bangs in some goals. They're the kind of guys you're looking for, but at the same time, you can't afford to play them, because if Kane's
Morrison.
ahead of them, then Kane's
Yeah.
going to play. It's tough. It is tough.
Nah, for sure. Because I was been looking at it, and I had jumped on a few people's bandwagon a few weeks ago, and it's actually paid off quite well. And I was looking at the top transfers for this week, and it's Aubameyang, Chicharito, Son, Torreira.
See, I think Chicharito, that's going to drop. That's going to pump.
For me, that's. And to be fair, Arnautovic is injured, so there is a striker going to be playing. However, everything that I've read about West Ham, the way they play, is Andy Carroll's probably the one that I would have taken the shot on rather than Chicharito.
Well, he's playing for a contract, Carroll.
Exactly.
He's playing for a contract. They've got Anderson. He's started to pick up and play a little bit better. Wilshere's got a lot to prove.
Well, Snodders scored at the weekend, didn't he? And kind of coming back in. Come back. So for me, like, West Ham's best players are in the midfield. You're talking about Felipe Anderson. You're talking about Snodders. You're talking about what's his face?
You give me a hint, I might help you.
It plays for West Ham. Anyway, the best players are in the midfield, and again, Chicharito I think is a bit of a punt, but it just got me thinking about it, and I've taken a wee gamble this week, hoping. I don't think it'll pay off. Hopefully, it'll pay off this week. If it does, then even better. However, I looked through all the teams, and I was like, there's a guy that I think's fixtures over the next 3 weeks could be beneficial for me. However, no one else has them.
Well, I'll give you a little snippet. I was going to save this. I was going to maybe get another stinker tinker show out there. But however, I'll give you my little snippet I was going to use for that.
Ooh,
and that is
hot takes.
That is hot takes. Big time hot takes. I don't know why I'm holding this bloody bottle opener. Hot takes. Kevin De Bruyne. Not so much a hot take. Kevin De Bruyne is back at training. Kevin De Bruyne has got a fitness test before the game this weekend. He might play. He's been out for the last 6 weeks. There's a chance he might play. However, if he doesn't play, he's back at training, which means he is going to play. Because if De Bruyne is fit, don't care who's in front of you, he plays.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
And then that's the same for Aguero. He's been out for the last 4 games. He's got a fitness test before the game at the weekend also. And if he's fit, Pep has said that he'll play. So
for me, this week's a tricky one because they've got the early kickoff against Everton, I think.
Yes,
weekend.
they do.
Like, this take with Sane, I think.
Yep, Sane's started banging in goals.
And Sane or Sterling would be my risk. Well, Sterling's not as much of a risk, I suppose, but he's another one that's quite tricky to get in if you don't have the cash.
Oh.
But we just have a podcast of Gav making faces at
so glad that beer is done. Could not be happier.
Points. I'm just going to see if I can find the.
Because that was vile. What next? Well, I'll have one that you don't have in your box. I'll try the saison.
Oh, the saison.
Which is the Belgian style farmhouse ale. Is it an actual ale? Because if it's an ale, I don't like it. No, it's a 5.9.
Stop being a pussy and just try it.
Shithole. A farmhouse style of beer brewed in collaboration with award-winning beer writer Melissa Cole. Saison is unfiltered and naturally hazy, made with a variety of grains, hops, citrus, peel, and spices. It pours golden with a stable rocky foam. The aroma is spicy, citrus, and peppery with a suitable.
So pretentious, isn't it? Like,
I know.
Tell us it's a right good beer. That's the only thing that needs to go on the label.
You know what? I bet there has to be a company that's just got a beer that's called Right Good Beer, and obviously it'll obviously be a Scottish one because of the word in there. But
Google.
right Good Beer.
Good.
Okay, let's have a wee sniff. Okay, smells like. It does smell quite darky.
It's quite darky.
You can. I can't get my beak in it enough. You'll be alright. Your beak's big enough.
Come on. That means this my old big nose here won't be able to fit in the wee bottleneck.
You can just squidge it down and fail it in the bottle. Okay, anyway, let's go.
Yes.
Friday night podcasts are going downhill fast.
Oh, they're going down on your side. I'm sitting here sober, watching you drink. It's even sadder.
What is that? Initially, alright. What's the back kick? Or the kick back or the kick? What is that? I can't quite. I need another swig.
Right, let's have a peek. See what it says on. What's got to say about it? Oh, so it's a Belgian style. So is it a wee bit more wheaty like?
Aye, but there's something there when you finish it. When it goes down your neck, there's a wee bit of spice, which it does
Cinnamon.
say it's spicy. That's what it'll be. You know what? That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. You know what?
Christmassy beer.
I can deal with that. Will I have it again? No.
No. Well, that's what it's all about, though. Get a chance to try.
If I'm stuck and there's only that, that's alright. I'll drink it. I'll give it a 2.5.
God, you're harsh on the old the ratings.
Yeah. Didn't get a 5 for nothing.
Well, you 5-something before though. I'm going to find you on your.
Yeah, I did actually.
You know, 5-something like hop 13 hop or something.
Oh, hot picks 13, 5. In fact, that's a 13. That's brilliant.
Mate, the lowest thing you've rated on Untapped is a 2.5. You've already given me a 1.
Aye, I've not updated it yet. Dude, he's a brick. If I could rate this love corn, Christ, I would have done that by now.
A -6.
A minus just didn't bother putting it in my box. No. Continuing with football, looking at the table, we're sitting presently Liverpool on 42 points, Man City in second on 41, Spurs on 36, Chelsea in fourth place at 34, with Arsenal also on the 34 points in fifth place, and Man United, slight drop off there to 26 points. I asked you this question, sir.
Yes.
Is the Premiership season now a 2-horse race, or does Spurs, Chelsea or Arsenal even stand a glimmer of hope?
The answer to that question is it is a 2-horse race. And to be honest with you, I think it's been a two-horse race since the start of the season. I know Chelsea and Tottenham have been decent, but Chelsea's start, they were undefeated through, what was it, 10 games, something like that. Yeah. Arsenal and Tottenham have also been half decent. However, for me, in terms of squad depth, in terms of just overall talent, there's only 2 teams that have the capabilities of winning the league this year. And I think it's kind of just coming to fruition now. Liverpool, obviously Man City dropped some points last week, but I think it is. I think it's as simple. Realistically, they're 5 points behind.
Yep.
Tottenham are 6 points behind Liverpool, 5 points behind City. And the way that they've played, it's really difficult to see even them dropping that many points. I know they've got to play each other and all the rest of it in games, and people will be shouting again at the podcast saying, "You're a bunch of idiots. There's half the games to go. There's more than half the season left." And Miguel did make a good point about Champions League aspirations for both teams.
Yep.
But I just think it's two horse. I honestly can't see any other team winning the league.
I tend to agree.
Boring.
I do think, however, Champions League will affect it. I lean towards what Miguel said last time, that for this season, the Champions League means more to City than the actual league itself.
Yeah.
And Liverpool just need to win something. And I don't see Spurs finishing the third anyway, because I don't think, and if what they've implied, what they're going to do in January is get nobody, and they didn't get anybody at the start of the season. They've said they're not going to spend in January either. So I think Chelsea and Arsenal they'll probably spend a wee bit of money. They might not do anything, but because January is a tough window to get players in, it's hard, and then integrate them into your squad and integrate them into your rotation. But Chelsea and Arsenal will probably do something at least to try and strengthen their squad, especially with two brand new managers. They're going to want to bring the guys in they couldn't bring in the summer, try and bring them in now. So I potentially see Arsenal being third.
If you can get on board with that.
I will do. Obviously, you would. I mean, there's only like.
So what's your top four?
My top four would be, I said at the start that Liverpool win the league. So it would be Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and then Chelsea.
Yeah,
I was going to say Spurs, but Chelsea.
I would tend to agree with you that I think Chelsea, and on the Chelsea Arsenal, I think they will strengthen, given the fact that both managers came in and they both kind of didn't really make too much of a splash. I know obviously Arsenal spent some money, but nothing too major in that sense. But they've kind of got a chance to kind of feel out the squads and
exactly.
Now
gauge where their strengths are and where weaknesses are, etc., and where they need to give guys a bit more rotation. They might like a little bit older. I know Chelsea have this silly rule about signing guys over 30, whatever it is. And they don't give them a long contract or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember what it is. I remember seeing it on Sky Sports. I heard it on Talk Sport. Excuse me. So that's
why Frank and JT pretty much were going on year by year, weren't they? And they were looking for a wee bit extra. But I just think going back to the league, like we've talked about Salah, he's coming into form. For me, like I think City, like you said, are prioritising the Champions League. But I still think their squad's a bit better in terms of depth, being able to rotate than Liverpool. So I don't think they'll have that big a drop-off week on week when they're going Champions League and then into the Premier League. But for me, I think like Liverpool need Salah, Mane, Firmino to be awesome. For them to win games, especially when it comes to the Champions League, and then even back in the league. I think Liverpool's biggest strength, when I mentioned it the last time, is going to be their defence. Yeah. And if they don't get any injuries and they stay as tight as they are, that save Alisson made, did you see it in the Champions League?
Mate, that is ridiculous.
Honestly, I have no idea how. And one, it might have been the luckiest save in the world, but good goalkeeper came out.
There's no such thing as being fluky as a goalie. It's you're there in the right position, and it doesn't matter if you save it with your hands or you save it with your arse. You're in the right position. You save the ball. It doesn't matter how you do it. If you're in the right spot and you're doing the right things as the book says, and then there's no such thing as being fluky as a goalie. The one thing you kind of half touched on there for a second, and I want to ask you this question: if Mo Salah gets injured, did Liverpool stand a chance of winning the league?
I would say they still stand a chance.
So that's it. So I'll add to it a little bit more. Salah gets injured, okay, and Who off Man City gets injured?
They've went through injuries this year, though. When you think about it, like
I was going to say De Bruyne, but he's already been injured. Like City are probably more equipped to deal with injuries.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think if Salah gets injured, that's it?
I think if Salah gets injured, they'll find it hard to. They'll still win games, though. That's the thing, because of the defense. But when they're winning 3 or 4-0, like Salah's got usually a big part in a lot of the goals. Whether he might not score or assist, but just him being on the park makes such a difference, and he gives everybody a lot of confidence. So I would. I think the easy answer to that is if he was injured, I wouldn't. I still think they would finish second, put it that way, because I think their defence will be able to tide them over. Because let's be honest, Mane's quality, and Firmino's quality, and they both came off the boil slightly, for me anyway.
Firmino definitely. With regards to goals, however, he has been influential in building up to goals.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why the front three are so important. Whereas with City, they've got like a 6-man rotation thing. Mahrez comes off the bench and scores. Sané's in the top 10 for fantasy points this year, and I was thinking, man, he never plays, but when he does play, he's obviously very productive. Yeah. Sterling's one of the top scorers in fantasy. Obviously, Aguero is always a threat. For me, it's like I had them written down earlier about Jesus. Is he, like, obviously with Aguero being out, I'm shocked that he's not kind of shot up and just banged in goals for fun, because he's quality too. But then again, he didn't play. He didn't play during the week. So.
Nah, it just shows their depth in it. Their depth is unbelievable, and I tend to agree. If Salah is not there, Liverpool at best are second. At best, because I mean they've got quality everywhere else. They've just Salah's got this aura. He's got this aura when he steps on the pitch, and if you're facing him, you go, shit, it's him again. He's going to rip it to shreds.
He's one of the best players in the world, and that's how it works. Like, you take Neymar out, you take Messi out. Like, I'm like, he's in that conversation for me. Like, that's how good he is. And like, again, I've flipped on him so many times because he was guff at the start of the season. However, if that was hangover,
did they not start last season quite similar though?
It was just a tear last season. Did he not score like 30 odd goals or something? It was just unreal. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't go. Like, how many players score 30 goals on back-to-back seasons? Like, it's not that many. You think about Ronaldo and Messi and stuff have done it at that level. I mean, but he's quality, and I think if he was out, they would definitely struggle.
It would definitely struggle, definitely change things. But it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season unfolds.
You've got to admit, it's been highly entertaining.
The Premier League is always entertaining, majority of the time, especially the top half of the table.
Like Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and the other mob from North London, right? They're all obviously decent, right? We've had I'm not going to jump into them, but we've had the Man U storyline all season, right? Which has at least been entertaining, even though they don't play entertaining football, right? Wolves, Bournemouth have all been awesome. I think Everton have a surprise.
Stepping up.
Well, they're sitting seventh, sitting seventh just now as well. And then, well, obviously, I'm just quickly flicking through obviously, we've had manager changes, all that kind of stuff. Watford were awesome to start the season, and they've kind of came off the boil. It's wicked. And let's be honest, even when you go down to the bottom of the league, with Fulham, Southampton.
Fulham, exactly. And every single team has genuinely got has got some form of quality who could probably walk into any other team and at least get a start.
I don't know about that.
Well, maybe that was a bit far fetched. That was a wee bit far fetched. Because talking about that, Sunderland. Far fetched. If you're on Netflix, and it's been on Netflix for a while, and it keeps popping up on mine. It's called Sunderland Till I Die, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna watch it. Sunderland shite. Who cares? It's a behind the scenes look at Sunderland last season and the first season back in the Championship after 10 seasons in the Premiership.
Okay.
It's really interesting. It's a good watch.
Really?
I've been watched the first 3 episodes tonight because there was nothing at daytime telly. Nah, I can't be bothered with pointless and whatever the chase.
All right, okay.
I'm all good. So I've watched the first 3. Really, really interesting to see. It's a really intriguing, interesting watch of the running of a club that's just getting relegated, and the obviously aspiration to get back into the Premiership, which obviously they failed overall, and kind of what it takes, and a really in-depth, maybe not in-depth, insight, I should say, into transfer window, transfer deadline day, and the kind of the fight between manager, their big top dog COO, and then the owner of trying to get funds. The manager wants funds, they want funds, and the owner goes, actually, I've spent 130 odd million in transfers the last however many seasons, and I've only gained back 148 with the transfers out, so that doesn't make fucking sense business wise. The Sunderland fans, after watching the first 3, tremendously super duper passionate fans.
Yeah, I would guess
that club is that city, and they do bits where the guys go to a fan forum thing in a pub, and after they've been put in the relegation zone for the first time in the season, and the faces, if looks could kill, the manager walks in, 2 of the players walk in, the big chief who's running things at the club walk in the door, not even like, hey, just fucking, who the fuck are you coming to my fucking pub? If tension, if a knife could cut tension, this was like, ping, you could cut it with a bit of paper. It was, mate, it's hilarious.
All right, well, maybe worth. I've seen it come up, and my first response was what yours was.
It's like
Sunderland, really. I've seen the Juventus one, which is quite cool.
I've not seen that one yet.
I've seen that, which was wicked. But I've seen it, and I was like, Sunderland. But
it's like, why did you pick Sunderland? Could you not pick somebody else?
I don't know. It must be there's a decent club there, and I'm really sorry for all the Sunderland fans. And the chances are, none of them are listening to the Beer Fridge podcast on a Friday night. They're all getting smashed, right? But still,
it's once we've done this and I've sorted it, I'm generally going to go and watch another one. It's a half decent watch if you're interested in seeing the behind the scenes workings of a football club. It's a good watch, and the first episode, it's like they play. In fact, the first episode, no. Second episode, sorry, they finished their pre-season with a game against Celtic, and they're all, this is the last pre-season game. We'll win this easy. It's Celtic. Who cares? And then before they even show the game, I'm like, it's probably going to be a little bit harder than you think, because the Sunderland fans, it'll be 3-0, 4-0.
Right. Okay.
Do you know how it finished? It did finish something. Now it finished 5-0 to Celtic.
No way.
And they got pumped, and they're like, how the fuck did you get beer for Scottish? And before that, I was like, I genuinely did not know the score, and I was like, you're going to get pumped. And I was like, Celtic are not Celtic could play in the Championship and put up a fight. So that was quite funny, to be honest.
All right, well, I might give it the old bottom bash and see what it's like and watch an episode or so, but it's Sunderland, so I was just like,
I'm the same. It's Sunderland, however, it's intriguing. I'm very interested. I'll probably watch the whole season, the series. To be fair, I've started now. May as well finish.
You've got. Well, if you manage to go into 3 episodes, then you probably need to see it out to the end.
Hooked. I know, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Finish off with this wonderful fact for you, and this made me chuckle a lot. I've not told you this yet. I've left this in the dark for you.
Okay.
Macclesfield Town.
So Campbell.
Yes, have a new manager, Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
And this integrates everything that we do here at the Beer Fridge podcast. Integrates every little bit of the football, the beer, blah blah blah. Just poof, mashes it right together. Sol Campbell is literally the soul of this podcast. Macclesfield Town are preparing for their first home game this weekend, and they are selling for this game and only for this game to celebrate Sol Campbell being their manager. They are serving bottles of Sol beer.
No way.
Yes way. Absolutely brilliant. I seen that this evening, just literally about half an hour before we started the podcast. I was like, right, let's have a look, see what's cracking in the universe. And Macclesfield Town are selling Sol beer to celebrate Sol Campbell.
But that's probably the only highlight of their season so far. They're like, oh, an exotic beer, because they're not like rock bottom of League 2 or something like that. I think they
don't even know.
I'm sure that's where they are. I remember Paul Ince was talking about them, because remember he took over at Macclesfield and managed to keep them up and all that, and then he moved into the MK Dons job and then into the Blackburn job and all the rest of it in the Premiership, and he says, Macclesfield, it was a great stepping stone for me and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, but Sol Campbell, he either must have been desperate to get into a manager's position, or surely. Well, when you think that Lampard and Gerrard got the Derby and the Rangers job, right? Sol must be in that level, surely.
No, just no. Have you heard him talk?
I know, but he's.
Okay. So we're gonna what?
He's an international
I don't care what he is. He's shit.
Well,
he was a shit.
Keep them up, son. Keep them up.
He was a shit player, and he's going to be even worse manager.
He was not a shit player.
Okay, he was competent.
He was a decent defender.
Oh, he just did. It's just because he's just massive. He just bullied folk at the road.
That's what defenders supposed to do.
He's crap, man. And he's going to be the worst manager ever. And like I said, have you heard the guy? If you were a player and you heard him, okay with that. What? Do you even know what you're doing?
Sol Campbell.
He sounds like
Macclesfield there.
Who's that guy? Hey you guys. What's that from?
Hey you guys.
Hey you guys.
He actually comes up. That's the first thing when you type in Sol Campbell, is that obviously he takes over as Macclesfield manager, and Macclesfield are selling special beer to celebrate his first home game.
Because there's nothing else to celebrate about him. Because he's shite. His name's the same as beer. We'll use that because you know what? We've got no other chance with him.
The funny thing,
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Wait, I bet Macclesfield Town are thinking, man, this is actually quite expensive rather than the old having to import this stuff in.
If I went into management, you know what would happen? They would have fucking Baxter soup out for sale.
Soup. That'd be alright.
But that would be better. At least tee you up.
That'd be alright. I was trying to find out where Macclesfield were in the league, but they basically said that they're struggling.
Where are you in the league? Not going to tell you. Just struggling. We're in our position. The position is irrelevant. Last. We're just struggling.
That's it. They're basically like, nah, no go. Nah, fuck it. I don't even care.
Sorry, Sol Campbell. Fair play to your career and your international career. I don't rate you. I think you're shite. And I think you're going to be even worse as a manager. And good luck to you.
To be honest.
And good luck to the fans. Like, all the Macclesfield fans are probably like, I just want to put a Carlin. I don't like Sol.
That'll be it. That's what'll happen. So be it.
Here's the question. Though. Here's the question: are they giving you Soul with a wedge of lime?
Well, we wedge. 4.5%. I don't know. I in Macclesfield, I very much doubt it.
Because if you're having Soul, you need a wedge of lime.
Oh, I do need.
Maybe not a wild beer sleeping limes wedge of lime that fucking tastes like Grandpa's pishy pants, but
with some sea salt. Maybe you get Soul, sea salt, and lime.
No, it tastes like that.
Oh, no. Well, I wonder what their odds are on winning the game tomorrow. Because let's be honest, the players might end up drinking a couple of Souls at halftime just to get themselves through the second half.
It might actually do them off. You know what? I might backtrack a slight bit because that's probably what he's going to do. A wee halftime bottle of Soul.
He's like, boys, like Sol Campbell will come out smashed because he's like,
this is free, boys. It's gone free because of my name. There you go. Have a bottle.
This is the worst decision I made. Like he went from Tottenham to Arsenal, but taking over as Macclesfield Town's manager was the worst decision I ever made.
And the best decision I made in my life playing basketball was having a halftime kind of red stripe.
Macclesfield at home to Crawley tomorrow.
That's not far away from me. Macclesfield at home, did you say, or away? They're at home. I just fucking said it about 2 minutes ago. What the heck? Shit. Oh well.
75 Macclesfield and 95 Crawley.
I'm putting £100 in Crawley.
Crawley, it could be they might get added to the accumulator tomorrow.
Sure. As always, head over to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Beer Fridge Podcast. Search us, like us, and share the content on there as well. Untapped app as well. Hit on that. Add us on that as well. You can help review the beers with us.
All the beers.
If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, which is somewhere either over there or there. I can't remember. And the notification bell thing, which is either there or over there. I can't mind. So it's over there somewhere.
Subscribe and like. Simple as.
Much appreciated. And we truly do appreciate it. If you want to show us
the website. Over the website and let us know what you think as well, because we're all up for getting people involved in the website.
Yes, get to the website. There's a bit on there where you can comment. You can let us know stuff. And if you want to get involved, there's a page on there as well where you can drop us an email, drop us a little comment, and you can speak to us and we can hit you back up. Also, Patreon page as well is on there, patreon.com/Beerfridge Podcast. You can show your support for the podcast as well. And the website as well is the Beer Fridge Network, beerfridgenetwork.com. For your vloggers, bloggers, YouTubers, podcasters, musicians as well. All you guys, anybody who wants to get involved and show the support and just be an extra voice in the podcast on the network or wants their stuff to get out there in the world, we are there. Send us your info, send us a comment, send us a message, just to say, yo. All is gratefully appreciated, and we're tremendously excited for the Beer Fridge Network. And like I said, we mentioned in the last podcast, you've got Beer Fridge Fitness, which will be happening as well.
Indeed.
With over there to my left, Marcus Hobbs. You're my left on my screen. And Scott McMullen as well. We're going to get fired right into that, to your kind of low calorie beers, and the big man there who's a big PT fanatic. He'll give you some hints and tips, and they will be on the Beer Fridge Network website. So beerfridgenetwork.com.
Plan is to kickstart 2019 with it, mate. That's where I'm planning.
You've got Christmas to put on the calories, put on the fat, and have
chop up for Crimbles.
And just get fired right in. And then when January comes along, we will be here to help you out.
We will be.
You don't have to do dry January. Christ, that was hard to say there for a second. You don't have to do dry January. We have alternatives, low calorie beers that we're looking at to give you guys hints and tips on how to stay lean, mean, and green over the January. The green, I don't know where the green bit came from. Over the January and the rest of the year, unless I have missed anything else, and unless you want to add anything, sir.
Don't believe so. I think I'm all out for this Friday evening.
All I want to add is I hate corn, don't love corn.
And come get your golden ticket.
Yes. Oh, yes. Beer. 52 golden ticket that Marcus Hobbs has. Like, share, comment on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well. We will pick, I'm begging, there's more than one of you that do it. And we will pick somebody to receive that golden ticket. That means that you get a free box. A free box!
Free box of beer.
Of beer delivered to your home.
Right to your door.
Delivery. Beer delivery. Hello. Beer. It's like the best thing ever.
Oh, just
like
that feeling of the wee tap, 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 and you open the door and it's like, oh.
No, the feeling yesterday I had, I was away.
Text message.
I was away and I got a text message. Oh, we're delivering your beer today. I'm like, fuck, there's nobody in the house. And then I got a text. We unfortunately were unable to deliver your beer. I was like, no, you've got to be kidding me. And then luckily we tried today and I got it. Woohoo! But yes. Like, share, post a comment as well. We will pick somebody at random if there's more than one to receive.
If not,
that.
then we're drinking it. Screw you.
Yeah, if it's just one person, then.
If one person gets it, I'm sure I'll investigate.
We'll investigate. We might take 4 out and then send you the other.
Exactly.
1 for me, and 2 for me, and 1 for you. But yes. Unless I've missed anything else, sir.
Don't believe so.
Which is surprising because I usually do. Thank you for listening to episode 35 of the Beer Fridge podcast. We gratefully appreciate it. Hopefully this time there's no audio issues. Jesus Christ. Fingers, toes, everything is crossed, and hopefully you've enjoyed listening to the podcast, and we will see you next time. Cheerio, bye.